Okay, you guys, it's another video. Um, this video was like an hour long, over an hour long. I chopped it down to like 39 minutes. What I'm hoping is that it won't take 2 days to load. You see me there? This is a voiceover because also the camera I'm using, the camcorder, it has an echo in it. I mean, I have to jump through hoops. So I'm working all this out. Hopefully where I don't have to keep doing voiceovers and chopping up my videos. What I would like to do in the near future is just do lives and then just chop those up. Because this right here is really involved. I'm not complaining. It's just, I don't think that having to chop up videos and do voiceovers because I don't understand all the intricacies of the technology and or the technology of the companies who are providing these services, because I tell you, I've had at least 3 videos that have taken 2 days to upload. I don't have time to sit around and wait or do something else because I need to post every day. And I know that's part of my fault for not, having the technical ability to understand how to post this stuff and have it up in less than 6 hours, for instance. Anyways, yeah, I'm getting tired of having to wait 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 24, 48 hours to upload a video. I did a cooking video where I just showed the end result of my cinnamon rolls. I put it over on TikTok and it was 1 minute and 14 seconds long, and I was uploading it via wireless connection, and it took over 8 hours to load. So yeah, when I did this video, it was over an hour long, and I was like, I'm not going to sit here and wait for. Was today's the I made this last night on July 2nd. Today's the 3rd. I'm chopping it up. I'm not going to wait for this to upload on July the 5th, So I chopped it up, and I'm hoping that this will load by 12 tonight, if not by tomorrow morning. So anyways, that's why there are dates in between my posting, because I haven't learned how to upload this stuff and get it to upload in less than 5 to 6 hours. So anyway, this is a video of me redoing that pattern you see there. I'm picking up. Those are the instructions for the front bodice block. And that is the front I have in my hand, and that is the back. And I'm redoing those because the front shoulder is, as you can see with the dart, it's longer than the back of the shoulder, like 5/8 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch. And I don't know how I did that. I stewed about that for a day while another video was actually loading, another one that took 2 days. So I'm going to step out of the picture and get a garment, a sample muslin. I made that garment, that sample, with that front bodice pattern. Those seam allowances actually are the same. See that down the middle? That's the back dart. So those seam allowances actually those seam allowances are actually the same size as the back bodice. As you can see right here, they measure up perfectly. So somehow what I go on to say in this video is I somehow have another set somewhere. To my left there is another pattern right there, and that I believe is my second true up, and then there's a third one around there somewhere that I've lost. I misplaced, not lost, but misplaced. I'm in the studio, it's cluttered. I may have even torn it up and thrown it away. I don't think I did, but anyway, that pattern right there did not match, and so now I have to make it over again. Because the shoulder seams don't match. So I'm starting off here, drawing down the center line, and this is my first mistake. I wanted to show you guys everything, you know, from start to finish. I wanted to show, because I want to sell you guys some clothes, and so I want to be able to show you my process from start to finish. You can see all my failures and all my successes and watch me freak out and cry and whatever else I do. But like I said, these videos are taking too long to load. So as soon as I figure that out, I will show you guys everything. Or lives. I'm thinking about doing lives for those who want to hear me ramble. I won't always be doing pattern blocks, because once I get, you know, this is size 6. Once I get a 6, 8, a 10, a 12, a 14, I'm going to start making garments. I already have some patterns already made, so I just wanted something to post. But yeah, I already have some patterns that I should be using. But again, I'm getting used to making these videos, talking through them. I'm working on the sound. Like I said, this one right here had an echo when I don't know what's going on. The camcorder I have, it's a Novatech. It's off-brand. It has a shotgun microphone on it. Literally a shotgun microphone, and I put it on high, and so it can hear everything, you know, instead of on low, and it still has an echo. I have to turn off my speakers, everything, and I have to turn this microphone off because there'll be that background echo. So, and it makes it. You already can't see my face. I don't know why you need to see my face, but you can't even see my face. On top of hearing that echo in the background, so I just figure I would do a voiceover, and that way I can talk you through it. I cut out like 20 minutes before this, literally, because I had been using a mechanical pencil with a thick lead, and it was throwing my measurements off. On top of that big metal ruler, you can barely see it in the corner right there to the left. My measurements were off, and it was driving me crazy. So I went and I got that little metal ruler right there, and I have that long plastic one right there, and I use those 3, and every now and then I'll grab that big metal one over there when I have long lines to draw. Other than that, I'm using that small metal ruler and that small mechanical pencil in my hand, because the other one was just, you can't see it because I cut that part out. It was driving me crazy. So I'm redoing the block there, the front. So I'm going to start off making tops. I'm thinking a jersey top I'm going to actually mix the fabric, jersey, like sweatsuit jersey top, the gray, the gray that's real popular, the salt and pepper gray. Maybe with hoodies, some with or some without, but I have white jersey like that, and I have some red jersey like that. And I'm thinking of mixing the white with a Irish. Alex McQueen. I can't think. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh. Anyway, I'm going to mix the fabric with rehashed denim, upcycled denim, and jersey. And then I can't think of the name of that stuff, that pattern. But it's like check, but it isn't check. What is the name of that? I can't remember it's a pattern design. I cannot remember the name of the pattern design. But yeah, I have a green, black and white one. It's pretty cool. Let me see if I look at it, maybe that will jog my memory. Oops. This thing keeps stopping if I don't keep my hand on it. What is... I can't remember the name of this fabric, but it's Irish. I cannot remember the name. Anyway, mix. It's a cotton fabric, and I'm gonna mix it with jersey. And then, like I said, I have some upcycled denim. I want to make some tops. I also have some camouflage jersey, that thin, really thin jersey. They used to use it for athletic tops. Now it's not so much. They have a different, thicker jersey they use now. But I'm going to use that one as well. Maybe I could have put some overlays in here. Maybe I'll do that. When I get through with this, maybe I'll put some overlays in here and you guys can see. Yeah, I'll put some overlays in there. Because I have a program where I can go and I can edit it even when I'm through. And hopefully it won't slow down the upload. But yeah, we're going to see. Wow, I still have about 20 minutes for you guys to listen to me ramble. I wanted to speed it up, but again, I'm learning how to use the technology, especially this stuff, because hope you're doing good. Just wanted to check. She's next door. I need to wash my clothes. I am measuring the front now. I guess I could follow along. Make sure this doesn't go sleep on me. Oh, that's the middle part. That's the middle part. Hold on. Yeah. 47, 46, 47. I'm probably during that middle part there at H, doing the J, K, the bust span, and across the chest, the dart placement. I'm in that area right now. I used to be afraid, but I had to snap out of it. I've done this like a million times, and I went to school and I graduated and all that stuff, but I just haven't been taking my time. So I'm pushing myself to get out there. I can drape. I love draping, but I only have one one dress form. It is a size 8 with the collapsible shoulder. I can't remember the name of the company I bought it from. I bought it like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. It was like $380 with tax. It isn't one of the. It isn't a wolf for darn sure. Those are like $1,000. This is one of the lesser ones. It's all right, you know, but again, it's a size 8. I only have one, so if I do drapes on there, I can only make size 8, and I have to learn how to grade up and grade down from that one dress form. And that's totally possible. I just don't want to do that. So, and I like the technical. I like the creative and the technical. So what I'm doing now is I'm learning how to do the technical flat pattern in 3D. So, and I have a grading manual that I have from school. So, and with the flat patterns, I get all the sizes from 6 all the way up to, what is it? Oh, it's all the, I'm not going to get up again, but from like 6 to 24. So I don't even have to grade the patterns sometimes. I can just make them. Like I said, once I get size 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, I'm going to start making garments. I don't need to grade them. Unless I knock off a garment, then I can grade that up and down. But other than that, I can just make the flat pattern and just have that at a moment's notice. So that's why I'm rambling and you're not seeing me use the drape, because I would literally have to grade the pattern up and down. And grading is kind of tricky. It can be tricky depending on what you're doing. So yeah, you have to know, you have to have a lot of experience, and I don't have that kind of experience. Not saying I can't get it and I can't teach myself, but I have the, as you see me looking at the paperwork there, the numbers are right there. All I got to do is plug them in. It's like boom, boom, boom. You said I used to be afraid, but I know that it's there, and I have no excuse for not trying. So yeah, I'm sitting up and I'm gonna make this size 6, then I'm gonna make an 8, then I'm gonna make a 10, then I'm gonna make a 12, then I'm gonna make a 14. I'm probably gonna stop around 14. Not because I don't like making clothes that are bigger, because I myself am big. I'm just one person. So me trying to make from size 0 all the way up to size 24 is kind of silly. You know what y'all know what I mean? Since I said I wasn't going to do this, I'm going to do it. I have all the paperwork here. Okay, so now I have the size chart. The size chart that I have in my hand goes from size 6 to size 18. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 sizes. So I'm trying to become a micro manufacturer. Out in the world there, and I've said this on my earlier videos, a lot of manufacturing companies stop at 300. Minimum 300 pieces. You can negotiate with them to do less than 300, but sometimes their prices are higher because they have staff, they have machines, they have rent, like everyone has rent. They have electricity and all that, and they have insurance, and I have to pay all these people, and if you're offshore, then it has to come back over here. What I want to do is, do runs of 300 or less. Not saying everyone's going to run to me, but if you had like 85 pieces or 45 pieces or 105 pieces, I could do that. And that's what I'm working on here. Being able to make those small runs. that the big majors won't do. If your garment, your sweat coat, your dress, if it costs $100 to make and you have to make a minimum of $300, that's $3,000, isn't it? We do the math. Is that not $300? $30,000? I said 3,000. 100 times 300. That's $30,000. If you don't have $30,000, you can't get your garments made. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? And that's the minimum. So if I'm charging you $100, same thing, $100, but you're only going to make 100 pieces. Oops. That's $10,000. If you have a budget of $15,000, if you have a budget of $11,000, if you have a budget of $8,000, and you want 85 pieces made, or you want, because I've seen on Reddit, I've seen at least two. There's a whole bunch of them, but two come to mind. And I saw one person, they had a garment and they said they wanted 65 pieces made. Like, I can't remember what the garment was, but 65 pieces. So 65 times 100, just say $100. That's $6,500. I'm not talking about hoodies. I'm talking about coats and dresses, slacks, things like that. I saw one, they wanted 85 pieces. So if you have a garment that you're probably going to sell, so I guess a lot of people could charge a lot, because a lot of streetwear is into hoodies and stuff like that, and I get that. And I also want to get into contracting and make blanks. And you can buy a blank, depending on where you go, you can buy blanks from anywhere from $6 to $7 all the way up to $15 a piece. I want to be able to do that and do small runs, because now some of these companies, they want to tell you that you have to buy 3, 4, 5, and 600 blanks at a time. So back to the manufacturing or the contracting. If you have finer slacks, finer tops, finer coats, and I'm saying that the coat, I'm charging you $100 to make the coat, and you're going to sell the coat for what, $200, $300? And you can only afford to make 50. I'm your girl, right? As opposed to having to go to someone overseas and negotiate with them, and then you have to pay shipping, and now the tariff thing is up in the air. It keeps going up and it keeps coming down. Trump doesn't know what he want to do half the time. So even if you don't have any tariffs, you're still overseas. Even if he does not enforce these tariffs, and you have to go to China or Indonesia or Costa Rica, because we can have clothes made anywhere. Anywhere from Vietnam all the way down to Argentina. You can look at your tag sometimes and it may say the Mariana Islands, which is a U.S. possession, but it's over by Hawaii, right? And they still have to pay import tariff fees, and it's a U.S. possession. So coming from Costa Rica, coming from Brazil, coming from India, coming from Bangladesh, Vietnam, when you can come right over here to someone who can make your small run, and you don't have to worry about making 300 pieces and breaking the bank, when you can just have your small run. That's what I want to do, if that's okay with you guys. That's my vision, and that's what I'm working on. And right here, what I'm doing is I'm showing you guys that I make my stuff by hand, and you guys can watch me. Like I said, I want to do lives eventually, so you guys can watch me do my lives. And I want to make my own small runs of 100, 200 to 300 pieces, probably no more than 500, because again, it's just me. So I'm not going to be making 1,000 piece runs, 3,000 piece runs, 10,000 piece runs. I'm going to stick to the under 300 piece runs. Every now and then I may hit 500, but they're not going to be cheap. But then overseas, offshore apparel isn't cheap. When you buy hoodies, yeah, that's a different story, because they make those in bulk and they make them over in China and they ship them back over here. I'm not doing. Even if I did make bulk hoodies, they would not be cheap. But you don't have to buy 1,000 of them. I was looking at one of the. I can't remember the name of the company. It's a very popular company, like that Club T-shirt thing. I can't remember the name of that. I have one of them here. Club something. I can't remember. But someone was I was watching one of the YouTube vids or doing some research, and you have to buy like 1,000 at a time. You know, really? So, again, even if I did make hoodies, and I did charge you $15 a pop, but how many are you going to buy? 100? Right? 15 times 100. It's $1,500 if you wanted 100 hoodies, as opposed to having to buy 1,500. You know, and I'm not saying you can't buy 500 now in some places, but I know some of these places they make you buy in bulk. So that's my vision. Is something along those lines where you guys can buy small amounts and you don't have to buy this bulk stuff and have it sitting around. You can buy small batches from me, and yeah, I'm gonna charge you a little bit of money, but just like they are, you know, 'cause like I said, you can buy cheap hoodies for as little as $6 a pop, $7 a pop. But sometimes, you know, I know you guys seen them out there where you have to pay like 10, 11, 12 to $15 a pop for a bulk run of hoodies, and even higher in some, depending on the quality and where it's coming from and all that stuff. So yeah, so I'm almost done here, which is the other reason I want to start doing lives. I don't mind doing the voiceovers. I'm wondering is my voiceover going? I don't know, because the clock has stopped at 13 minutes. Anyway, I'm almost done here. I've got, I don't know, around 10 minutes left. I hope this voiceover is going. Otherwise, I have to jump back in, and I'm fanning myself because I'm sweating. I'm having a hot flash. So, yeah. So you guys, I hope you understand where I'm coming from, what I'm trying to accomplish here. I want to be able to do these small runs for myself. I hope to be in production by the end of the month, sooner than the end of the month. I've been working at this for the better part of a decade. I've been putting things together. I want to post every day. When I get through with this, I'm going to start the upload. Then I'm going to make the back block. Then I'm going to chop that up. And I want to also do some sewing. So you guys, if you're interested, you will see me make my pattern blocks. This is size 6. The back is going to be a size 6, of course. Then I'm going to make a size 8. Probably by, it's just Wednesday. Today's Wednesday? Today's Thursday. Probably by Saturday. And also sewing. I'm working on another project. It's called a heat cold vest. Those videos are also on my YouTube. I started this because that heat cold vest was a knockoff, and I'm making it from scratch, and it isn't as straightforward as I thought it would be. So I had to take a break, because that vest is for me, and I'm not making clothing to sell when I'm making stuff for me personally. And I don't know how many people would be interested in a heat cold vest if I don't have it on to show you. So anyway, it's kind of complicated, but I wanted to get the clothes out because I can make these jackets that I'm gonna sew up here. I'm going to be able to make anywhere from 5 to 50 of them. And I'm hoping to be able to do that, like I said, before the end of the month. Today is the 3rd. By the 8th, 9th, 10th, I hope to be in production of at least a size 6. It took me just over an hour to make this. So if I can make a size 8 in the morning and then make a size 10 pattern in the evening, and then this is 6, 8, 10, 12. So 6, 8, 10, 12. Make those 4 patterns. I can start, this is all speculative, okay? I can start to make my pattern, I can start to make my garments in bulk, in runs of, say I make, I said 25, so 6, 8, 10, 12. So say I make 12 of each, that's 50. See what I mean? I can do that. I can do that. That's what I want to do, stuff like that, you know, and just like sell them for anywhere from $50 to $75 because they're going to be not hoodies. This is what I'm trying to say. And you guys know you can buy a hoodie for $60 out there. I'm talking about coats, and they may have a hood on them. So I said, what, $50 to $75? So yeah, that's where I want to be, in that range. And I don't want to make, 15,000, 20,000 pieces. And I can't. I'd be half the year making those, but I can spit out 50 pieces. I know I can. And if they sell, or when they sell rather, I can get better and better at upping my quantities till I reach that threshold of between 300 and 500 pieces. And that's what I want to do. I want to be a manufacturer. I'm also, because I'm I'm into fashion. Fashion follows music. So what I've been doing is I have been dabbling with making beats. I started off with Apple GarageBand, and I would make these t-shirt mock-ups and put them on TikTok. And it just so happens that one of the videos I made, I got flagged for a copyright violation. I didn't get dinged or anything. And even one of my YouTube ones, if I'm not mistaken, was flagged for a copyright violation. I didn't get dinged, but the loop, the beat was on Apple. And I saw this guy, his name is there are 2 or 3 guys. One of the one that's coming to mind, his name is Bolo the producer, and he was explaining what happens with those. And what happened was Apple puts a notice on their website. You have to do your due diligence. You just can't use the loop and then expect not to be checked on it. And that's exactly what happened. They protected themselves, but if you don't check the loop and you use it in one of your productions, and you make money off that loop, the owner of the loop can take all your money. And so that's what happened with me. I didn't make any money, but I had a copyright violation. So I said, you know what? You only got to fuck me one time. So I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. So TikTok has their own loops that you supposedly they don't have copyright claims that can be had. And so, again, like I said, I've been dabbling in music. I have an LPK, Akai LPK 25. I'm trying to sell. It's almost brand spanking new. It isn't dinged up or anything. I say it's almost brand spanking new because I've taken it out and I've plugged it up and I've actually used it. It actually works. It's in pristine condition, but I have the MPC Beats, the Akai MPC Beats app on my computer. So that LPK I really don't need it anymore. It's a laptop performance keyboard. I like it. It's the bottom of the line. Anyways, yeah, I get on the MPC, Akai MPC Beats app, and I've been dabbling with making my own beats. I'm not good, but I want to put my beats on my videos when I get the clothing made. It's crazy, I know. And they're not anything like the majors at all. But it's my quirk, you know. It's my process. So, in the near future, you will hear my beats in some of my videos that I make because I can do that. So what, you know? So, yeah. Stay tuned. You will hear my beats. And I will be trying to market my clothing to the masses on YouTube. I got the monetization approval. On Instagram, I have the business account. On TikTok, I have the business account. I also have the Reddit, so the streetwear account. You know, I'm in the fashion thing over there, the fashion world, and on Discord, which is another place where you can talk about business. And then I also have a Twitch account, which I haven't been on in over a year. So, but anyway, what I'm saying is I have all these avenues, and I'm going to be applying my music on my videos, trying to sell it to you guys. So stay tuned. You will see me on Instagram. You will see me on TikTok. You will see me right here on YouTube. And you may also see me on Twitch. So I'm finishing up here. Again, when I finish with this one right here, I'm going to upload this, and then I'm going to get on my table there, and I'm going to make the back bodice. And then I'm going to true it up and make sure everything is right, and then put it somewhere, hopefully where I don't trash it like I did the other one. I don't know what I did with that. It's irritating too, because I know, because you saw the sample I had, so I don't understand what I would have done with a perfectly good pattern, and then I kept the one that was off. I mean, I was sitting around here feeling sad. So anyway, yeah, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying, enjoyed, but understand where I'm coming from, why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I want to be able to show you guys that this is what I'm doing, so I can sell my clothing to you guys, and eventually, hopefully, become also a contractor where I can sell blanks. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you, and stay tuned.